When did you realize your parents were bad at parenting? I was 8 when I noticed other kids' lunches. They had sandwiches cut into shapes, little notes, proper meals. Mine was whatever I could grab that morning. Usually just a granola bar and maybe an apple if we had any. Why don't you ever pack me lunch? I asked my mom one day after school. She laughed, not unkindly. You've got hands, don't you? Make your own lunch. I'm not your servant. I didn't know then that most parents actually did make their kids lunches. I just figured I was being a baby about it. By 12, I was cooking dinner most nights. Not because I wanted to be a chef, but because if I didn't, dinner simply wouldn't happen. Dad would be passed out on the couch by 7 and mom would be working late again. My friend Jessie came over once and watched me make spaghetti. Wow, that's so cool your parents let you cook by yourself, she said, sitting at our kitchen counter. I shrugged. Someone has to do it. My mom would never. She says the kitchen is too dangerous. That night, I burned my hand on the pot and there was nobody to help put ice on it. High school was when the bigger realizations hit. I noticed how my friends' parents showed up to school events. Mine never did. They're just busy, I'd explain when teachers asked why nobody came to parent-teacher conferences. What I didn't say was that mom couldn't remember the date no matter how many times I reminded her, and dad said those things were a waste of time because school doesn't teach you anything useful anyway. When I got a scholarship to college, I called home excited. That's great, honey, mom said, distracted. Hey, did you pay the electric bill before you left? They're threatening to shut it off again. I was 19 and had been paying our household bills since I was 16 with my own money from my after-school job. But the moment it truly crystallized was when my roommate Emily got sick freshman year. Just a bad flu, nothing serious. But her mom drove 3 hours to bring her homemade soup and medicine. She stayed the weekend, doing Emily's laundry and making sure she was comfortable. I watched this bewildered. Your mom came all this way just because you have a cold? Emily looked at me strangely. Of course. Wouldn't yours? I laughed so hard I nearly cried. The thought of my mother driving anywhere to take care of me was absurd. When I'd had pneumonia at 16, she'd left me alone for 2 days while she went on a weekend trip with her boyfriend. Not everyone has parents like yours, Emily said quietly, noticing something in my expression. That night, I cried in the shower where no one could hear me. Not because my parents were terrible people. They weren't monsters, just profoundly unequipped for parenting. They were like teenagers who never grew up, expecting their child to be the adult. I think what hurts most isn't the big stuff. It's the little things I missed without realizing. Bedtime stories, band-aids on scraped knees, someone checking if I'd done my homework, a packed lunch with a silly note. Last month, my therapist asked what kind of parent I want to be someday. The opposite of mine, I said automatically. And what does that look like? She pressed. I thought about it. Present. Just present.